Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to FTB One, and as you can see, there have been lots of changes. I got a fancy new hat, sombrero. Can't really get a good angle from it there, so I've replaced it's a part of the statues mod, I guess, so it's in my statue slot. But that's looking a little bit too silly. Then we can always turn it off using that little button there and still have it in the spot if we wanted it. That's how I was wearing that spider there for quite a while. And as you can see, I'm now upgraded. I've gotten up to the carbon tier armor. This armor isn't nearly as good as I thought it was going to be, so I guess for the energy you have in the chest plate, you protect a certain amount of damage. I don't know what the ratio to damage to lightning bolts are there, but it does run out pretty fast. Like one night out while I was hunting some animals and looking for some other things out there, I was pretty much went from about 650 here all the way down. So, and then now I've got to recharge it again. So the other big news, as you can see, I built the kind of baseline for my base right now. Just a big box at the moment, but yeah, done some of that. It was a lot more busy before, and I'm kind of taking away some of the extra textures, so it'll be more based in the regular concrete with less of the powders kicking and the wools kicking around. So hopefully it'll look a little less off. It wasn't working quite perfectly. Maybe on a larger scale from further away that would look really good, but for the scale that I have it at right now, I've got to tone it down a little bit with the different textures in there. So the pack has updated. We'll just get into that stuff here now. So they added integrated dynamics. Why could I not say that word? I don't know. So I used the squeezer here to get a little bit extra out of the ancient debris that I was collecting down in the nether. So I'm really glad I waited for the pack update there, because I got 75% more ancient debris than I would have got, because this one gives 1 with a 75% chance for 2. This manual squeezer here, you just reset it with a redstone signal, then you put a block in there and then jump on top of it to squeeze the block, whatever you want. I haven't found any of the trees yet to get into doing the mod proper, but I'll be looking for those when I go to the end, because I think I'll be going to the end here in a few episodes once we get going on the next on the mods that I want to play with. First of all, Ars Nouveau has been added, so we've got the book for getting through that. It's really awesome little magic mod if you want to go down that road. But I think the other major mod that they added that I'm going to be getting to first, as always, will be getting resources through bees. So they added productive bees. So this is productive. This is all of the things in the mod here. Most of it's just all the different kinds of bees that you can get for generating the resources that you want. And then the spawn eggs for them, of course, all the different kinds of wood variations of the nests and the beehives that you build for the mod. And then the natural nests that you find in the wild. So I'm not going to be finding a lot of these, but you can always craft them as well. So this one, a sugar cane and a wooden sword, and you will get a reed nest. And I'll get that into the proper when we get there, but there's just ways to generate the base level bees there, and then you breed up the 2 different kinds of base bees to get the different resource bees. The thing about most of the items in the mod is that they do require honey or honeycombs to craft the base items in there, so we're going to need to do some vanilla bee stuff first. I had a heck of a time finding some silk touch. First thing I did was try the mining gadget, but the Silk Touch upgrade on the mining gadget does not actually. I'm just going to grab my boat here. Work on the vanilla bee nests. So, yeah, news to me, I guess. Oh, we made a duck. So, but I know where there are some vanilla bees just down this way here. Oh, they're over here, actually. Up in these hills here. So what I'll do is I'll just go over there and I'll show you the setup that I'm going to be doing. Alright, so I've got one vanilla nest here, so we've got the bees. I had to plant a couple of flowers here, and I'm going to have to do it on the other one over there. If you can see on the mini-map, there's some other bees on there. But yeah, 2 nests over here, and we just have to make sure that we come in and chunk load them. There and there. There we go. So I got that one chunk loaded. I'll pop over this other nest, plant down a couple of flowers close by to it so that the bees don't have to go outside of the chunk. I'm trapped out here. So I did go on a little bit of an explore into some of the area I hadn't been before that hadn't generated. And I came across some of the nests in the wild, and then they do sometimes have bees in them. Oh wait, where am I going? Too much talking and not enough watching where I'm... Oh, I'm not going to the bees up in the mountain. Down this way. Anyway, as I was saying, when you come across these nests in the wild, they will look like vanilla blocks, but they will have... Oh yeah, I can't plant that here because there's no water nearby. When we get too near the water, though, I'll show you what they look like. And I did only find these 2 reed ones, but there's all sorts of different ones, right? There's grass-based ones, dirt-based ones, log-based ones. So now where is that first nest? It was right here, wasn't it? I'll bring you guys back when I find it. Yeah, I should have used the light as a clue, right? Because I put down the campfire, but I forgot to chunk load it, which is why I couldn't find it again. Let's just stand here. Oh, geez. All right, so we're right on the border. Okay, we're inside here. So F3G again for chunk borders. I don't want to load too many chunks. There. And then we just have to wait a day or 2 for each of these to start getting us some honey. I'll make some bottles to get honey, and the shears to get the honeycombs so I can start getting into it and do all the base things. Then I'll have to look at which bees I need to get the resources that I want, right? Because I don't need to do all the bees because we have chickens already. So you can see how that's got a little bit of a different texture in the middle, and that'll be consistent. So if it was on the sand there, it would look like a shadow almost, and then that would be a sand nest. So this one actually has a bee in it. You can read there, it says inhabitant reed bee. So I found one where the bee was actually inside of it. And then this one was empty. I think the bee was out and about looking for flowers, right? Then in villages, I found this sturdy bee cages, and I managed to capture 2 other bees. So a blue banded bee and a green carpenter bee. So these bee cages are what we're going to need to, if you can find some of them, for moving them around. So sort of like the chicken catcher where you itemize the chicken. Well, this isn't quite the same, but because you have to make as many bee cages as you want for as the bees that you want to get. You don't have one tool just to make it into an item. But yeah, I'll be getting into the bees for some of the resources like tin and aluminum and osmium. I think the osmium's in now. I don't know if it's in the bees. I'll look around and see if there's some of that, because I know mechanism will be coming soon as well. So this is version 1.3.0, and I do remember them saying that mechanism is ready. There's just some issues with the Forge version that runs it, I think. So maybe that there, but I'm going to go plant down this one reed nest that has an inhabitant. Oh, hello, sir. In my reed farm, my sugarcane farm, and get him producing something. I don't know exactly what they produce, but I'll figure that out as they go. I played with the forestry bees. Apparently this mod resembles that, so we'll see when I get there, but the breeding looks pretty much similar to the chicken style breeding, only you have to do it manually, so I'll need to get some flowers. Obviously I've got lots of flowers around, but eventually you'll run out, right? So we'll need the 2 tall flowers and some bone meal to keep that going, because we have to manually breed 2 different bee kinds together. So we're going to have to build a whole bunch of enclosures all over the place to do all of our little experiments. So can't wait to get into that. I appreciate you all for watching the video, and we will see you in the next one.